I want you to take a moment to imagine a world with more female leaders. What does that look like to you?
The chance for girls to complete school and go to university.
Tener las mismas oportunidades de trabajo que los hombres.
Moins de femmes sont victimes de violences masculines.
بعطائكم في هذا اليوم سوف لن تكون هناك حدود لما يمكن أن تقوموا به وتقدمه الفتيات والشابات.
Only 37% of girls and young women feel that society supports female leaders.
In just 10 countries have a woman as a head of state.
This needs to change, and you can be part of this change today.
Let us all join together on the 15th and 16th of June for the WAGS Giving Day.
I hope for a future where girls and young women are invested in and get to enjoy equal opportunities to reach their fullest potential.
Donate today
So I can lead tomorrow.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 5th and final WAGS Giving Day online event, Thriving Member Organisations and Why the Girl Experience is Still Important. Today we're joined by Josephine Davies, who is the WAGS Girl Experience and Safeguarding Lead, and WAGS volunteers Andrea Chakma, Verena Krimberger and Mel Rioch. Thriving Member Organisations is one of the areas we are fundraising for this Giving Day. And today you'll get to hear about the impact WAGS brings to member organisations to keep the girl experience as relevant as ever, and how your support this Giving Day can help strengthen the quality of education and learning throughout member organisations, which plays a vital part in enhancing and shaping the lives of our future leaders. So before we start, I just wanted to remind everyone that the Giving Day does start tomorrow. So we do hope that it's in everyone's diaries. And we hope that you'll be able to join us tomorrow as we come together as a movement to celebrate, share and give. The Giving Day will run over 36 hours. So we're going to be starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow and finishing at 8 p.m. on Thursday. Please do make sure you stay tuned to all of our social media channels, as we'll be updating you throughout the next 2 days on the success of the campaign, and importantly sharing with you the impact your support this Giving Day will have on the leadership journeys of girls and young women worldwide. And for anyone who would like to get involved, there's still time to sign up as an ambassador to help spread the word across your networks, and you don't need to wait until tomorrow to make your gift. If you are able to make a gift this year, you can make a gift early, and any gift, no matter the size, does make a difference. So I'll post details now of our fundraising platform for anybody that does still want to sign up as an ambassador and hopefully feels inspired to give a gift today. So just a quick bit of housekeeping before I hand you over to the team. The webinar will be 1 hour. Please use the chat box facility to ask any questions, and we'll save some time at the end for a Q&A. And if you can keep yourselves on mute throughout, that would be great. And just a reminder, we are recording the webinar. So now I'm going to hand you over to Josie and the team.
I'll start by unmuting myself. Just quickly, could we just check, can everyone see? Oh, hang on. Oh. Share. Sorry, I had this perfect a second ago. How do I get to presenter view?
It looks good actually, Josie, from our end.
I just wanted to get it to, because I had some notes, that's why. Hang on, let me stop sharing a second. Okay, it's not quite working, but it's fine. I haven't got my notes up. Right, well, thank you very much everyone for joining. Looking forward to sharing some of our work from the Girl Experience team today. I'll just start by introducing the sort of team lead. So myself, who's a sort of staff lead, and I work closely with Mel R.E.A.L, and we also have Elsa Cardona, who's our Girl Experience Manager. But we're also supported by a fantastic team of 15 volunteers, and you'll be hearing from some of them later. So Andrea and Verona have joined to share a bit more about our projects. So just quickly to start, what does the Girl Experience team do? So we are a learning and development function that supports quality girl guiding and girl scouting. So we offer member organisations a relevant, exciting, accessible and learner-led experience in a safe environment, and you'll hear more about that shortly. And this is achieved through our non-formal education method, our leadership model, tailored capacity building work with our associations. We do learning and development support for the global team, and we also help create brave spaces where girls can thrive. So Girl Experience is essentially everything that a young person experiences as a Girl Guide or Girl Scout over the time they take part in our programs. And around the world, Girl Guiding and Scouting experience, we all share the same common values and our educational method. But it's much more about the activities, much more than the activities that we do. It is always a holistic experience and takes into account the social, moral, physical and intellectual spiritual aspects of the girl. And we've got a short video here to bring this to life. Okay, so I'm going to hand you over to Mel, who's going to talk us more through what the Girl Experience is in practice.
Thanks, Jo. So it's so much more than just the activities. It is really about the why, how, what, and the impact that it makes up the Girl Experience. So there's many components that make the magic happen. So when we look at the why, it's the values, it's the compass that guides our direction, our purpose, and the reason that we do our programs, and we provide the experiences to girls and young women. It's about the how. It's the educational method, the non-formal educational method that we embed into everything that we do. We look to have learning by doing, connecting with our world, connecting with others, and learning in small groups, and helping girls to work at their own path and pace as the core essential ingredients in the experiences, which create the outcomes that we want, the best interests for all girls and young women. And it's the what, the activities, and it might be from cooking to camping, from global experiences to advocacy. The activities that are done by girls are as diverse as the girls themselves, and having girls have a voice about what they want to do as part of the activities is really vitally important for a quality experience. And it's about the impact. What is it that we achieve through doing these things? It's fulfilling the vision and mission of WAGs and developing the full potential of girls and young women so they can be the leaders of tomorrow and make an impact on our world. But how do we know if we are delivering a quality Girl Guide, Girl Scout experience? Well, we have this fabulous R.E.A.L, this framework that we use to be able to, it's like a litmus test to be able to understand how we're doing. When we work with a member organisation, where we look at our resources, we use R.E.A.L as our measure stick for quality. We look at relevant, exciting, engaging, accessible, and learner-led. When we look at R for relevant, it's about exploring topics that matter to young people today. What's relevant to them? And it's relevant different types of things that are relevant for different girls, their interests and what they want to do and achieve in their life. So it looks from the girls' perspective of how they will learn and make a difference in their life. What are the things that they want to engage in? And then we have E for exciting and engaging. We make sure that we have things that girls want to immerse themselves in. They want to be involved in. They actively want to be part of. So it's about finding those things that are exciting and engaging so that they feel that they want to keep coming back to guides again and again because it's making a difference and it's fun and it's exciting to be a part of. It's about accessible. It's about meeting girls where they are. It's also making sure that we meet the needs of the girls and all their different needs are met in the programs, whether it's about accessibility, with inclusion and diversity and making sure that everyone feels a part of the programs that we offer. And it's learner-led. It's around the girl. It's making sure that they are front and center of everything that we do, that it is learner-led and the girls can take the lead of their learning journey. It's making sure that they are able to step into the driver's seat and grow and develop to their fullest potential, developing their 21st century skills. Their leadership opportunities are there for them, but they are guiding the journey. So that's what really makes up a quality Girl Guide experience, is making sure that we keep it real. Thanks, Jo.
Nice, and I like that I get to tell my friends that my job is to keep things real. It always goes down by. So, as well as sort of thinking through, well, no, sorry, a strong element of a quality guide experience is making sure that that's safe, that space that she's working in is safe. So offering safe spaces is an essential foundation for good quality girl guiding. And as part of WAG's commitment to create more brave spaces where girls are safe, we are developing an exciting new approach to our safeguarding support with member organisations, where we're using a river as a metaphor to help us think through the journey that we go on with safeguarding and how do we make sure we're strengthening and implementing good practice that is, again, real, so it's relevant, engaging, accessible, and led by the MO's needs and interests and contexts. So we're piloting this work now. We've got 6 MOs involved. We've got lots of interest for the future, and we're really looking forward to scaling this up on a much bigger level. And now we're going to just hand over and hear some more examples of our work from some of our team members. First, we've got a little video from our volunteer Jasmine in Nepal. Jasmine from Singapore, who's been working on some capacity building support for Nepal. So I've got a short video to play. Let me just quickly check that the sound is going to, yeah, share.
Hi, my name is Jasmine and I'm working with Girl Guide Singapore as a trainer, and of course I'm from Singapore as well. My role in the volunteer team is working on the Girls Experience team, and one of the projects that I've recently worked on is working with Nepal Scouts to work on their adult training framework and also their youth program policy. So some of the skills I managed to use during my project with the Nepal Scouts was to interpersonal skills, communication skills, and also collaboration skills as well. These are some of the things that I managed to put in during the project. It was a pretty long project, about a year long, and we met almost once in every 2 or 3 Sundays as well. So during this period of time, I also learned to put on my worldly mindset as I understand the context from Nepal Scouts side, and also that not every country works the same, or not every country's policies are pretty unique. And I also learned that the Nepali are a really nice group of people to work with, and it has been a really fun experience so far as well. Everyone is really dedicated and committed to the cause, and even though the project actually took place during the COVID period, we managed to finish our project according to the timeline, and we managed to deliver what we wanted to do as well. It was also the first time since a long time since the Nepal Scouts were going to work on their adult training framework. And I'm pretty proud to say also that that is the first youth program policy that they have come up with in many, many years. So why did I decide to join as a volunteer with the core mission team? Well, partly because of the wonderful people and volunteers that I've met during the Juliet Low seminar in 2019, Mel, and also some of the other volunteers that I've met along my journey as a WAGS volunteer as well. So I think something that I really enjoy about being a volunteer with the team is the number of people that I get to meet and the like-mindedness of all this group of ladies who are so passionate in what they do for all the girls and also the leaders around the world. So there's so much to learn from. There are so many people to talk to, so many people to meet, so many different ways of working as well. And I think personally, as someone who's from a really small country, this is the most beneficial part to me as well. Being a volunteer with WAGS and also the core mission team has really opened up my eyes to what are some of the ways that people, women, and also young girls and young women around the world work, and also the diversity that I've seen based on the situations that they are facing in their own countries, and how people are so passionate about their causes, and also they do not let the challenges or obstacles hinder them from being able to do what they want to do as well. So I do hope that post-COVID, or when we can start traveling again, I get to meet all these wonderful women over the world. Okay, maybe pay a trip to Nepal, maybe fly over to some of the countries and really get to meet all these volunteers and some of my friends face to face as well. So join us as volunteer as well.
Great, and good to hear from Jasmine and her experience. And now we're going to hand over to Andrea, who's going to talk about some of her projects.
Hi, everyone. It's morning in Canada, so I'll say good morning or good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. My name is Andrea, and I have been a volunteer with the core mission team, specifically Girl Experience, for the last year and a half, I would say. And similar to Jasmine, I actually learned about core mission through the Juliet Low seminar, where I attended as a participant in Taiwan in 2019. So it's been quite a couple of years since then with the pandemic and with kind of all the different things that have been happening in the world. But I think volunteering as a Girl Experience team member has been one of the highlights of the last couple of years, or last 1.5 years, I would say. So as I have always been a member of guiding within my member organization, and as I was going into university, I was looking for opportunities where I could make an impact on an international scale. And so when the core mission volunteer applications came out, I thought it was a great way to kind of look at guiding through a worldly lens and to see how guiding works all around the world. And I have to say, it has not disappointed. I have worked on an immense amount of projects which have been so rewarding. And I'll go through some of those projects today, but I started off with a program review with Bharat Scouts and Guides, which really introduced me to what Girl Experience is, all of the frameworks that Mel explained, and all of the different methods and tools that we use to really deliver the best Girl Experience possible. So that really introduced me to what Girl Experience is. After that, I started working on a bunch of projects that worked with other parts of core mission. So working with the leadership practice team and the girl-led advocacy team to create leadership mindsets and adult activity book, which was a great way to meet other women around core mission. And then most recently, for the last couple of months or so, I was the lead for the volunteer induction. So with all the new volunteers that were coming in, creating content on Campfire and really making sure that they were well prepared and they had the right tools to determine whether or not core mission was for them, but more importantly, to introduce them to all the great things that core mission does, and specifically trying to convince them to join our Girl Experience team, because I truly believe we're one of the best teams out there. And then last but not least, I was a facilitator for an Arab region workshop on Girl Experience and really going through all the different frameworks that go into Girl Experience and how we can make it learner-led. And through all of these experiences, I've met many amazing women out there who have really are making such a huge impact in their member organizations, but also for WAGs as a whole. And I think something that I've taken away from all of these experiences is that there's still so much more to learn out there. And I think collaboration and working together there can be amazing changes made within the organization, but as well, specifically going back to the Girl Experience, I think there is so much we can offer to our girls and to our members that it's one of the core mission, parts of core mission that I'm really passionate about. So looking forward to many more years of volunteering with core mission, and the team is amazing. I work very closely with Joe and Mel, and they are two amazing human beings, I should say. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Andrea. It's really good to hear about your work. I'm going to invite Mel to share a bit more about another exciting project that was run earlier this year called Virtual Possibilities.
Thanks, Joe. We had a wonderful, as Andrea mentioned, we had a wonderful series of workshops with the Arab region at the end of last year, where we engaged with many member organisations, and I believe had a great impact on the way that member organisations in that region felt and the way that they addressed their programs and experiences for girls. And then in January this year, we were very excited to be able to bring a different type of workshop to the Caribbean region in Western Hemisphere. So we had the challenges over COVID, very much about how do we do guiding and Girl Scouts? How do we do it in a virtual space? We're all locked down, we're all at home, face-to-face program had ceased, and there was a lot of disruption to the way that we delivered our regular programs, and a lot of question marks out there of what now. So one of the questions we have been getting more and more is how do we create quality Girl Scout experiences in the virtual space to make it real? So over 2 weekends, we had many of the member organisations from the Caribbean region come together to explore exactly that. It was an opportunity to explore the possibilities of delivering the quality experience in the virtual space, and to challenge the way they thought about the virtual experience for girls, to look at how they can adapt the way they think initially to be up for the challenge, to deliver things in a way that they hadn't done before, to look at the possibilities. So we explored many of the tools that you could use within the virtual space, bringing new technology to light. We experimented with the technology in the session. So the whole session was delivered in a really hands-on experiential way, that the participants immersed themselves in the experience the way that girls could, using the technology to explore the different types of things available to them. So how do we do real guiding on platforms the way we do face-to-face? We had to think of ways that girls could feel more connected, the way that they could interact more, working in breakout rooms, working with different types of technology, interacting, drawing, games online, and all those sort of things. How do we use technology to help enhance the interactive and the feeling of being in the room with others when you're in Zoom. I think that we're in a great place now where COVID has brought us to explore new possibilities and to think outside the box of the options available to us to deliver a quality experience, to be able to reach further to meet girls that we haven't met before, because now we have explored the possibility of virtual guiding more and more through COVID. So some good things do come out of a challenge that we've just faced. So that was an incredible couple of weekends, and the member organisations have gone back and looked through a new lens at how they can provide guiding in more ways, keeping it real, and being able to juggle between virtual and face-to-face and provide more opportunities for more girls into the future. Thanks, Jo.
Right, and just to say, with that project too is one of the ones that we're looking to then look at kind of refining and developing more support and more kind of taster sessions around digital guiding and the girl experience online, and that's again is another very interesting space that we're now starting to work in. Okay, so we have another volunteer, our last volunteer, Verena, who's going to talk about her amazing work on World Thinking Day, which is another flagship, a big flagship project that sits within the core mission and girl experience team.
Hi everyone, I'm Verena. I'm from Germany, and I had the great pleasure to work on this year's World Thinking Day pack and also on next year's. And this year our theme was Our World, Our Equal Future. And the pack focused on climate change and gender equality and the connections between those two. So the idea for our pack was to choose some inspiring change makers, so that girls and young women are have some role models to advocate and take action against climate change. So the changemaker I chose is Malaika Vas. She's a young wildlife filmmaker from Goa, India, and she's 25 right now. And I chose her because I think she started really young. I think she was 18 or something when she started doing wildlife documentaries, and that was just something I felt a good role model for young girls, that even if you are not old, you can still make a change. And she does some incredible work about wildlife preservation and also wildlife trafficking. She's been nominated for some awards, and she's currently getting some more attention. And yeah, that was the idea for the pack, to have some great personalities, and then we based our activities in the pack on the change makers. So they girls and young women had a learning journey throughout the pack that led from learning about an issue to taking action themselves. And yeah, we reached a lot of people through our social media channels. We had a post on each of the change makers every week leading up to World Thinking Day. And for example, Malaika Vas was also one of the change makers who shared her post on her own social media. And the activity pack was downloaded a lot of times, so 40,000, and was also translated in 10 languages. So it was accessible to a lot of young people.
Great, thank you, Verena. And I'll just say, so we're just in the process now of evaluating the 2023 pack. It's not too late if you haven't shared your feedback. We've got a competition. There's a chance to win £50 of vouchers. But these are just some countries here, just a snapshot of of where in the world we're getting feedback from this pack, just to show the sort of impact of it. And there's some quotes here. I mean, we've got hundreds and hundreds of quotes about the pack so far. And one of the key things we're doing this year again is using R.E.A.L to think about, ask people how relevant they think the activity pack was to the girls, and we're always looking to kind of improve for this year. So Verena has been part of the team. We'll be looking at that feedback and planning another exciting and impactful World Thinking Day for next year. So we will end with just a big ask to everyone here today to invest in WAGs so that we can bring more quality, non-formal educational experiences and fund more real projects like these and help keep our member organisations bright and thriving. We would love to take any questions if there are any from the audience. Don't know if I can see if there are any coming through. Kelly, can you see any?
Yeah, no, there aren't any actually in the chat. But if people just want to take themselves off mute and, you know, ask a question on camera, that's fine as well.
Or any reflections from anyone that you'd like to share, or any ideas that our presentations have sparked for you? Hoping everyone is just blown over by all the fantastic projects that we've just shared.
You were just so clear and informative that we have no questions.
That's
Can't
fantastic.
beat it.
Great. Well, we're also very happy if anyone does have questions as follow-ups. We're very happy to take them. You can contact, or I should have put our contact details here, but Mel, Elsa, or myself anytime.
I'll make sure that you're in the follow-up email, Josie, so you and the team. So if anybody has any questions, they can get back to you.
Great.
Something I just want to jump in and highlight as well is the fact that the first £63,000 will be matched pound for pound, dollar for dollar. So if you are thinking of making a Giving Day gift early, you can double the impact of your gift. And as I said, the first £63,000 will be matched pound for pound, dollar for dollar. And yeah, maybe we'll just finish up a little bit early on this one if nobody has any final questions or comments. I just want to say a big thank you to Josie and to Andrea, Mel and Verena for helping out with putting this together to showcase our thriving member organisations. It's been a great webinar, and I just wanted to also say that I hope everyone's enjoyed the Giving Day online series, and it has inspired you to get involved with Giving Day this year, whether as an ambassador or being able to give a gift early. So a huge thank you to everyone that's shown so much support so far. We are so grateful, and we look forward to celebrating Giving Day with you all tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Paul.
Thank you.